Hello, what is up everybody? In today's video, as you guys can see from the title, we are talking about the most overpowered, most broken badges in NBA 2K20. Should they be nerfed for 2K21 or should they be actually removed? And for NBA 2K21, should you guys use them? These badges are all worth using because they're so overpowered that it just makes the game unfair. But the first one we're going to talk about is Intimidator. Now you guys already know about Intimidator badge. If you go near anyone when they're going for a layup, even if it's 1% contested, and if it's wide open, you're just there in the vicinity, it's going to count as a contest and they're going to miss that wide open layup or the 1% contested layup. Now, Hall of Fame, that makes them miss nearly every single layup. You haven't watched unless some people has like tendos or anything like that, tendencies that is. But with Hall of Fame Intimidator as well, sometimes it doesn't help on the perimeter, which is like, it's weird how it's so overpowered in the paint, they're not so overpowered in the perimeter. And when you verse people like post scorers, this badge isn't that overpowered, but when you verse people like point guards, everything else, it's really overpowered. So it makes people miss a lot of shots that people shouldn't be missing. Intimidator should help you like contest the shot. So if it's like 1% contested, they should have a chance, 99% chance of making the shot. There shouldn't be like a 50-50 chance of making the shot because I've got Hall of Fame Intimidator. That is probably why it's the most overpowered. A lot of people have been complaining about it because you do miss a lot of open shots just because someone has Intimidator. Even Bronze Intimidator can make people miss wide open shots. Even mid-ranges, 3 balls, layups, especially dunks, it makes people miss wide open dunks as well. But close shots, it doesn't really help them miss close shots that much. If you really think about it, like close shot fades doesn't really help them that much unless you like get a red contest on them. But anyway, that's the most overpowered badge in this game, and that's the one everyone should be using for defense anyway. You should be having that at least bronze for every single build. That is what I recommend for the most overpowered badge. Now for the second most overpowered one, next up I want to talk about cross key scorer. Now not a lot of people use cross key scorer. I made a video like a month ago and I showed you guys that I could not miss an open close shot, a contested close shot. The only time I missed a close shot with Hall of Fame cross key scorer was when someone had Hall of Fame Intimidator and they gave me a red contest. All my whites went in because you already know close shots on NBA 2K20 are absolutely disgustingly broken, and 2K needs to do something about that in 2K21. Especially the interior defense needs to be buffed and the interior offense should be nerfed. But with cross key scorer, you can make every single close shot fade from anywhere on the court, especially if it's a yellow contested. So if you can get green releases, I hit 50%, 60% contested green releases with Hall of Fame cross key scorer when I'm just doing close shot fades. Especially if you have difficult shots on as well with cross key scorer and you have like a 90 close shot, you're not missing a close shot, and that's why this is the second most overpowered badge in NBA 2K20 in my opinion. Now, and the next one I want to talk about is deep hooks. Now with deep hooks, you already know I was talking about this just before. Paint offense is overpowered, it is so broken. And then interior defense is stupidly underrated in NBA 2K20, and it needs to be buffed heavily. But if you're a post scorer, I'm sorry, you stink at this game and you should not be able to play the game. Because if you're a post scorer, you literally take no absolute skill. You can get a 1-year-old that doesn't even know how to touch the sticks that can green release deep hooks. You can get anyone. You can get an infant baby, as I was talking about. You can even get I'll get my dog and she'll come and just get green releases with a post hook. That is, post scorers take 0 skill and you're the worst players in this game. I'm sorry. Post scorers are the worst game. If you have Hall of Fame deep hooks, it just shows you that you have no skill and that you need to be bailed out every single game. Like, you know, people are making post scorers and lockdown lineups. Like, you know, they have no IQ and they're just bad at the game. But deep hooks needs to be taken out of the game or being heavily nerfed. Heavily nerfed. That is what I think about that badge. The next badge I want to talk about is Steady Shooter. Now, Steady Shooter, it's not the best badge. It's not even a badge that I recommend anyone using because it only works if you're shooting heavily contested shots. If you're shooting open shots, your shot is very slow. Between having Steady Shooter on and off, your shot goes very slow for the wide open ones, and it's very quick, and you can make like 50-60% contested greens with Hall of Fame Steady Shooter. Now if you have Hall of Fame Steady Shooter with a 93 ball and sharp takeover, you're going to be able to green every single shot and not miss any shots, especially as long as they're heavily contested. If they're open, there is a higher chance of you missing that shot, and that's why I think that Steady Shooter is really stupid. It needs to be taken out of the game. it shouldn't even be nerfed. It should just be removed out of every single game. I know whose ideal it was to put this in the game, but they need to get rid of it. The next badge I want to talk about is fancy footwork. Now, you guys already know, if you're a two-way slashing playmaker, people have been whinging about two-way slashing playmakers, or anyone who's just a slasher in general, because you already know that interior defense I was talking about earlier is shit. Interior offense is way too overpowered. And if you have Hall of Fame fancy footwork with long athlete layup package on, you're going to get the humongous spread of the paint. So if you do a hop step from the mid-range to the paint, you're automatically going to create that much space. You're not going to miss the layup, because it's really overpowered in the sense that if you're a slasher of any part of the game with long athlete on, you're automatically going to increase your layup percentage by a whole heap, because you're going to get wide open off the hop step. So what they need to do with fancy footwork is make it not so overpowered. So what I'm talking about overpowered, I'm talking about not create as much space off the hop step. So if someone wants to do a hop step, it should create space. Yes, it should create space, but it shouldn't create that much space to the point where they can't get blocked, or you can't hardly contest them over like 10%, because they got slithery finisher on as well with this badge. But this is the next most overpowered badge. The second last badge I want to talk about is Space Creator. Now, the person who made this popular was Ticino, for instance. So with this badge, if you use this and you do a snatchback, for instance, you got takeover, you do a snatchback, Hall of Fame Space Creator will make them break their ankles nearly every single time. Especially have the playmaking grand badge or playmaking takeover, it's going to break their ankles every single time. If you have the shot creating takeover or grand badge, I like to call it the grand badge, that's what 2K17 that's what it came from, 2K17, the grand badge. If you do a like a step back with shot creating take, you can instantly break their ankles and get so much space. So with this badge, it just creates too much space and breaks ankles way too much. The percentage of breaking ankles is way too high, and I really think that Space Creator should be nerfed. And the last badge I want to talk about today is Pogo Stick. Now, yes, you need Pogo Stick to defend centers as a point guard, yes. But it takes a lot of skill out of the game, because you can just sit there and spam Y. You're going to spam Y or triangle, depending on what console you're on, and just jump continuously with Hall of Fame, and you will be able to just contest differently. But you need this as a point guard. Yes, you need it as a point guard. It's a needed badge. Yes, it is a needed badge, but I think it's just really overpowered. 2K21 should have it again, yeah. It's really overpowered though, and people should use it if you're a point guard player, the ones especially against centers. You really need this badge. I'm telling you guys, I have to use it every single time I play on a point guard onto centers or anything like that. But they are the most overpowered badges in my opinion. Now, I want to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. Man, it's far in the video. Make sure to leave that like and tell me what is the most overpowered broken badge in your opinion. Now, I want to give you a couple of extra badges which I think 2K20 should have a look at and maybe nerf them, or like badges we need to get rid of. So far, you already know you're going to get rid of Pump Fake Maestro, Steady Shooter. Them two badges, get them out of the game. Deep Hooks, nerf that heavily, or maybe get it out of the game. Then you want to get rid of badges like the stupid badges. You don't really need like off-ball pest does work a couple of times. I don't really know which other badges really need to get taken out of the game, but I think that even deep fades, if you use deep fades, it is pretty stupid. But one thing they do need to do, 2K21, we're talking on 2K21, for post scorers is nerf them. Nerf them to the point where they're just like every other build, just a normal build. But the only thing we need to talk about with this is that the close shots need to be nerfed heavily, and the interior defense needs to be buffed by a hell of a lot. But that is today's video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this. Tell you with badges that you want to use, and these are really overpowered. You should use them, because 2K is going to make sure you use them. In 2K21, they should be gone, but that is today's video. Leave a like, share, subscribe, follow them on Twitter and Twitch. Both links in the description and the top comment of the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Give me the ball real quick. I got my takeover. You know what time it is, baby. Got up the court. Snatch back. Oh my god, he's on his back. Let me green it. Doesn't matter what. Oh my god. I don't think you guys are ready for this build, man. I really don't think you're ready for this build. Type it up in the comment section down below. Leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I'll do this to you guys on the park. Snap your ankles and then green it in your face, baby. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Cassar back with another banger. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys the most unstoppable, rarest build in NBA 2K20. Look at this, snapping ankles going the way with the easy slam dunk. Now this build will mind F you guys to oblivion. This build, look at it, snap. Where you going, boy? Gets the new ankles. As I was playing with one of my subs, he said, get this kid some ankle surgery. I snapped his ankles so many times that he has no ankles left. Green, baby. Like this build. Oh, I can't wait for you to see this build.